Perfect. Okay, so guys, welcome to our meetup. I know we're just starting off, so it's a bit small, as you can tell. But more importantly, what the goal of this meetup really is, and we're going to break that down, is the wealth ladder. It's partnerships, prosperity, working together to create unified efforts to grow. So essentially what's going to happen is we're going to break down exactly who we are, step by step, what we do, so that everybody here can take an opportunity to kind of realize, in their own agenda, what they'd like to do with this group. It's not a perspective of just us, right? So a lot of people get it wrong. When they start meetups, their first thing in mind is, look, how can I leverage the people who come in to profit myself, right? That's the first thing in mind. And of course, everybody has to be in a way greedy, because end result is they need to make money. But I found it, through experience and going through different educational processes, that if you work together through unity, if you bring together like-minded individuals and professionals, you're more likely to succeed because more doors open. And if you have that agenda of self-preservation first and short-term profits and short-term thinking, you never end up going to the heights that you're potentially able to go to. So this is what Wealth Ladder is. It's to debunk all that to create prosperity through partnerships. That's what our aim is. So it's not just about us, but it's about everybody in this group. So we're going to talk a little bit. Here's a small agenda just to give you guys a picture. The first thing we're going to talk about is the organization, who we are as individuals, our mission. We're going to talk about how we can create these solid partnerships, why it's important to create a platform. It's not just enough to just simply say something and leave it off at that. We need to pursue it to make sure that we realize our goals. Next, we're going to talk about how you can actually use this group to maximize the value in your business. So it's not just a self-centered pitch or anything like that. I want you guys to really take advantage of what we have here as a group. Really get to know each other, build some value if you can, add some value while at that, and take your business to the next level. And finally, we'll just end it off with just a small networking session, okay? So I like to do things in a very simple way. So when I describe a business or when I describe an idea, I like to keep it in a very short format. And I say this is called the big idea. A lot of people in the marketing space use that, but the generic text of it is basically, we have to think and center ourselves with one simple idea, and that's what we're supposed to remember when we remember something, right? So the goal of Wealth Ladder and the big idea in a short few words is basically, we're basically a private investment and membership company. Myself and Naga, we started something called Maple Capital Partners. And what we do is we manage assets for clients. Usually these type of clients are high net worth, accredited investor types. And essentially what we're doing is we're constantly expanding our banking, financial partners across Europe, Asia, Middle East, North America, even Central America and South America. We're just not there yet. And the reason why we're saying this is because part of our networking opportunity here in this meetup is to create opportunities where you can make certain introductions. You can come into the mix. You can come in with your own agenda to figure out, hey, look, maybe I can do something that can expand my own business, but I see that you guys are doing this. What do you guys think about that? And just literally, using this platform to enhance your business as well as ours, right? Because that's the end goal. Let's go. So once again, it's to create a platform of equal opportunity. We want to be fair with everybody, fairness, and we want to harness the power of this network to grow and prosper. And what I mean by that is, like I said, we're not here just for ourselves. And our aim also in the networking group, if you look at the Wealth Ladder, and the reason why it was created is because we want to bring like-minded professionals. That's what we believe in. We also want you to come in and at times, use your expertise and professionalism and your experiences to educate everybody in this group as well. It's not just us who's going to be giving presentations all the time, right? There are certain things that you may have learned, certain experiences, whether it be good or bad, that is worthy of sharing with this group, which we feel will benefit not just yourself, but everybody else. Because by doing so, you'll also get feedback. And this feedback is critical for any part of prosperity or wealth. If you don't have feedback on your way to growth, that means that you're not going to have the muscles that you need to work in order to reach that level. Olympists, people who are professionals at their game, they're going through constant struggles and hardness, a lot of struggle in their lives, and then they try to figure out ways to enhance that. So they're always constantly put under pressure, right? And the same can be said about a diamond. It's not formed over a day. It's pressured thousands of years sometimes under pressure, intense heat, and then they're formed. It doesn't happen overnight, right? But in order to do that, you need to understand and you need to experience the level of knowledge, the depth, and sharing that level of feedback. So Here's why we created this group. I said it multiple times, but I want to really emphasize on this is we believe in creating momentum by structuring partnerships with like-minded people. We have to make sure that people are correlating with us. They understand what our mission is. They don't just come in here with their own agenda and that's it, that's all. We want them to really understand the type of value they can offer. So we also want to be able to create changes ourselves. In order to create change ourselves, that means we have to be open to ideas. We have to be open to change. We have to be open to flexibility on the type of business structures that we have and how we do them. If we're centered around one way of thinking, we'll never prosper, we'll never grow. Why is that? It's because every time you're centered around that idea, you're basically locking all the doors. So Wealth Ladder's goal, and I wholeheartedly believe this, is that we're going to be able to open that door for you so that you can go out there, prosper, and create structures for yourself that'll make you pretty much wealthy, and you can prosper along the way with your partners. Okay? Unlike traditional networking, basically we're not here to give you business cards and pitch you ideas. We believe you're mature enough to make your own decisions, right? We're not going to force or shove down an offer down your throat like Wall Street, right? But again, we want to share common goals, successes, stories, feedback, even sadness. If you have certain issues that you've gone through that we need to be aware of and possibly we can help you in those areas, it's important that you let us know and that you can share it with us. Let's go. So how do you maximize this group's value? How do you go ahead and make the most of this group? So we have 4 golden rules. I think it's going to be universal to not just this group, but anywhere you go to network, anywhere you go to grow. First things first, be genuine and look for opportunities to participate. And what I mean by participate is not just, hey, can I make money on this deal? It's a perspective of, hey, look, this individual can unlock the key to a kingdom that I've not yet seen. And literally, how can I help that individual move forward on the things that they're doing? Is there certain elements that I can personally add to make that individual realize certain things and provide clarity that in turn is reciprocal? One day soon I will need him or her, and they'll come back and provide what I need. Second thing, like I said, add value where you can. Right? It doesn't have to be just a perspective of technology or your expertise or skill. Like I said, it could be something as simple as clarity. If there are certain things that are blocking them mentally or in the roadmap to their business or success, be open to providing some feedback. Because you never know what you can do. One little tweak can go a long way, especially when it comes to business owners and individuals who are professionally practicing certain things, right? Also, don't be shy to ask for help. A lot of people are too nervous. They're scared. They're like, hey, I don't want to look bad. I don't want to ask for help. Why would I ask for help? I know what I'm doing. I don't want to look terrible and say, look, I need help. Do you know how to do this? For example, do I know how to trade? No. I'm the best trader in the world. How many trades do you do, Naga? 3 trades. Okay. Why is that? Well, I'm the best. That's it. But if he doesn't ask for help and go out there and bring people who are actually constantly trading or doing and honing their skills and craft, he'll never know what's on the other side. Like I said, right? The kingdom on the other side. So if you got certain things you're stuck in, and you know for a fact that we have somebody in this group, not just myself and Naga, but in Wealth Ladder itself, that you can genuinely access and request their help, feel free to reach out because it's on you. It's the prerogative on you to do that, right? So don't be shy. And also, I strongly encourage anybody who's here to attend future events for many reasons that I've just described, but also because there's new things that'll come, new presentations, new ideas, new concepts that'll be shared. So it's very critical that you guys pay attention to that and hopefully take advantage of that. So, group rules, as usual. We don't want to sound boring or try to restrict you or anything like that, but because it is a level where we're partnering on a professional level, where we're creating prosperity through opportunities, where we're trying to figure out how we can add value to each other. Due to that fact, we don't want individuals to feel like they're constantly in a tight pressure environment. And that tight pressure environment can be sales. That tight pressure environment could be, hey, this person's trying to sign me up for something. Just keep it very neutral. And that means no advertisement or solicitation of any kind. And you can, however, let's say if there's something that comes about, you add some value, you feel that you can genuinely benefit the other individual, speak about the opportunity you have on a private level beyond this group. It's just that in this group, we have to build a certain reputation and we have to build a certain level of value that we want everybody to feel welcome and open. And in order to do that, we can't have one single person taking the platform away and concentrating because of their own agenda. So that's very critical for us. Next, now I don't want to get into politics or who's the best president in the world or whatnot, and is Justin Trudeau right or wrong, but let's keep off topic when it comes to politics. It's very critical. It's because in the world of business, the only thing we know is money. In the world of networking, the only thing we know is relationships. So we don't want to hinder that by introducing political topics that will have differentiations of, or mindsets or arguments or things that'll potentially delay the gratification of your partnership. So try to avoid that. Try to work genuinely with each other and concentrate on off topic when it comes to politics. Just stay off of that, veer off of that. This goes without saying, be respectful with each other. If you have certain disagreements, you're professionals here. You share your opinions, but be respectful, right? Try to understand the other perspective, the other party. It's very basic information. Again, if you have something that you have to offer, that you know for a fact that it's of value to the other party, structure it in a way that you can for sure benefit the other individual. And be always willing to understand their perspective first. See for real if they can actually take that opportunity with you, that they can take advantage of that. Once you understand that they actually need it, you don't have to ask us. That individual will be open to actually sharing that with you. But how would you know their problems if you don't take time to listen? So it's important that you know how to add that value. So that's the and then finally we talked about feedback, suggestions, recommendations. Whatever we do in Wealth Ladder, if you feel that, hey, Ali or Naga, there are certain things that I didn't like about this presentation. There are certain things I didn't like about that date. We don't want to stay quiet because our goal is to bring more of you guys together constantly. It's fun. And it's not just a perspective of business, but this thing can go on a whole new level. Our aim by next year is to build at least 50,000 members in this group, right? And it's not just a perspective of Montreal alone or Toronto or New York. This platform is in a way that's designed, it's no pressure. So I want people to be themselves when they come here. It's the only time they can share about certain issues that they had during the week, that they have gone through some challenges that they need to share and let off their shoulders, that they can't share openly with anybody else because they're afraid to be pitched. Right? This is a platform where you come together, you be yourself, and we try to help you guys out. In addition to that, we prosper together. Right? If you have certain issues that your day didn't go well, Mr. Naga is going to try to be as friendly as possible to help you guys out, right? So that's very critical. Let's go. So myself, as most of you guys already know, my primary goal right now is to help small and medium-sized business owners, people who are in their 60s, who are coming to retirement, who don't have an exit planning route yet. And objectively, the reason why I want to do that is because I believe that there's a lot of wealth that's being left on the table. Now, there's another meetup group we're going to create that's specifically for that topic, for individuals to harness the ability of that marketplace and go out there and offer their value. But this is just a very short introduction. And like I said, I help them painlessly exit. And I offer value in that process. A lot of people, what they do is they try to exit their business and they're mentally already out because they want to sell. What happens in that process is when they try to sell it to another party, the other party sees that the business performance is declining because the owner is already in his beach. So unfortunately, what ends up happening is they forget to retain the value, if not add more, so that there is no negotiation when selling because the business itself is factually powerful. It has its figures and it could be sold for more than what they want. So that is the reason why most businesses list and 90% of them don't sell. And if those who sell, the 10% sell for less than half of what they want after 18 to 24 months of negotiation. And you can tell why. So that's my main goal. Mr. Naga is going to talk about himself. Hold on. Here, just, you can just hold it. Just talk about that.
So we listened to Mr. Ali a lot now, so it's time for me to speak a bit. So my name is Naga Brahmamanta, or shortly everyone calls me Naga. It's not Naja, please. It's Naga. So basically I'm a full-time engineer, mechanical engineer working for a private company. And also I'm a part-time trader. I trade primarily US equities and foreign exchange market. I'm also part of the Montreal Traders Group and stuff. And also I have a passion for web development where I build websites most of the time, and it's mostly front-end stuff. So that's about me, and I partnered with Mr. Ali here to begin this wealth group so that we can all get together, network, and partner and share ideas and so on.
Yeah, so what's the biggest influence for you when it comes to trading? Why do you want to trade?
Why do I want to trade? That's good. Financial freedom.
How do you define financial freedom?
Financial freedom, how I define it, is very simple. The need to not do anything. So it means let's take a typical case, right? Like a retail average person, Monday morning comes, what do they do? Wake up, go to work, come home, sleep. Tuesday morning, wake up, go to work. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is the same. Saturday, Sunday, if they're lucky, they get it off. Now the question is, how many of them like doing that? Not many, right? Not many. So my definition is, I want to do the things that I like to do. It doesn't mean I don't want to work. Is that currently I'm going to work because I have to go. When you have enough money, when you have enough money and you don't need to go, but you still have the passion and you go to work, but that's different, right? You're going because you need to go. Like you want to go, not need, right? You want to go because you want to contribute. So that's a difference between wanting and needing. So that's how I define financial freedom, where I don't need to go, but I would want to go because I want to contribute. No, I'm not there for the money. I'm there for the contribution. So that's my definition.
Okay.
So far we spoke about ourselves and the group. So now let's get together, have a network session, and get to know each other.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. Yeah, try to help each other out as well. Most important.
Yeah, we're here to help each other, get to know each other,
Yeah,
networking.
So, if I may, one more thing I'd like to add is that we're actually going to be also doing some workshops. And this type of workshop is not specific to any type of industry. It's dealing with partnership structures, how to formulate a proper structure, how to recognize certain dangers in partnerships. It's the entrepreneurial journey. Now, whatever we're doing professionally, whether we have a high-paying job or whether we're actually going out there and we have our own business on the side, whatever the case, there are times and moments where we come across individuals that offer our solutions, but we have to realize that a solution also needs to be digested properly. Sometimes it looks like it's the right fit for us. Sometimes it may look like, oh my God, this doesn't sound good, but it's so attractive or addictive. The idea is to dissect in and out certain experiences from professionals who've gone through different partnerships who can explain their feedback to us, and it's up to us to get that information and literally use it in the type of structures that we have going for ourselves on a professional level. So these workshops are critical for the type of successes we want to create in this group. So that's why it's important. Now, you may have certain things you want to add. You may have certain things that you want to contribute. And for you also, in this group itself, I believe if you have certain professional traits that you're exercising and you say, look, Ali or Naga, I have certain things I want to share. I have a presentation. Would you mind if I shared it? By all means, we're very open to it, specifically when it's adding value to the network in our group, especially in Wealth Ladder, okay? So feel free to do that. I hope you guys enjoyed our introduction. It's not going to be as long every single day when we do it, but I just wanted to get that out of the way. We're going to actually put this in our meetup group so you guys have that, and YouTube as well. I thank you guys for being here.